It is a beautiful day to go outside.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone.
I had a really nice walk to the store. I got an ice cream and I got some yogurt that I can snack on later on. And I just wanted to browse around and get out. Honestly, it was a nice excuse to get outside. Now I'm back in the hotel and I'm thinking, let's see if the second pool is open, because then I'd love to catch a quick dip in the pool. Not the main pool over there where everyone is, but this other second one. It's a bit more private and a bit more chill, and the water is a bit warmer. Let's go check it out. There's also like a whole spa situation here with a sauna. We're taking advantage of the hotel amenities basically. While there's no one here, what I love about this place is there's also a jacuzzi indoors and a sauna here as well. So guys, my roster keeps changing like crazy ever since we landed. Maybe twice every hour it keeps changing, and it's just the sign-on time that keeps changing, not necessarily like the pairing or the flights themselves, but we'll see. I just think at this point I'm giving up on checking it until like I go to bed, just so that I know what time do I need to be awake. I spent a few hours at the pool and it was so nice and so relaxing, and I got back into my room, I had a shower. I've done some skincare, but I do have some pimples starting up. I don't know what it is, but my skin is just not happy right now. I could say it's because I'm expecting my period next week, but I don't know. But either way, I always pack a face mask in my layover bag just because flying is so dehydrating. So I try to drink as much water as possible, and I also pack some kind of moisturizing or hydrating face mask. So today I have, where did I get this one? I think I got this face mask when I was in Mongolia, but it's like an aloe vera face mask with hyaluronic acid. It's a little sheet mask. I've already spent most of the day at the spa pretending that I am... Was I supposed to take this off? I don't know. Crap. Was this supposed to peel off? Guys, I need help. I've already spent most of the afternoon pretending I'm on vacation, so why not add a face mask? I think I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to... Hold on. I am not doing well with this one today. Oh, yes, that feels so good. I can't take myself seriously when I look like this. It says I must keep it on for 15 minutes. I'm in my bathrobe. I have my face mask on. What could be more relaxing and typical slam clicker flight attendant hotel behavior? Look at that glow. I feel so bougie Now that I've done my face mask, I spent some time in a steam room in the pool. This is just like such vibes. Delusionally pretending that I'm on some really nice vacation when I know full well that I'm gonna have to fly 5 flights tomorrow. Speaking of delusional, I went ahead and bought a new phone, guys. Well, I ordered one. Hear me out. I have had my Samsung Galaxy Note 9 for about 6 years now. The device itself is fully paid off, but I have been paying every month like a contract thing just for like airtime and data and stuff like that. And I've been paying like what, 450 Rand or something like that. And I was just browsing. I got an email and I was browsing and I saw Uzi Vodacom is having a Black Friday promotion and they had quite a lot of good phones on this promotion. I'm neither here nor there about like being about iPhone or Android. I'm not like die hard Android or die hard iPhone or whatever. I'm just kind of like whichever one I feel like at that moment. And I'm kind of in an iPhone phase at this point. So I saw that they have iPhone 12s also for about 400 and something Rand up to about 470 Rand are the iPhone 12s specifically. But then for like 550 Rand, there was an iPhone 13 and I kind of went down a rabbit hole while I was at the pool of all these videos kind of comparing the iPhone 12 to the iPhone 13 and everyone says the iPhone 13 is the better option. I also messaged a few of my friends who own iPhones and I was like, hey look, which one do you recommend? Because I'm kind of like in between these two. You've been using it for a couple of years, what do you recommend? And so everyone kind of leaned towards iPhone 13, so I kind of pulled the plug. This is what happens, guys, when you dress me up in a robe and give me hotel room slippers, suddenly I act as if I've got money and I'm ordering iPhones. So even if the S23 or like let's say the S24 had been an option, they're just so much more expensive, you know, and I figure that I can kind of trade in my iPhone in a year or two for a better model. I'm not too phased about having the latest and greatest iPhone out there. Also, it is a Black Friday deal and they're saying that delivery could be delayed and that I could be getting this phone in the next 2 to 3 weeks. However, I will be leaving the country for a charter contract again in like 18 days at this point. So here's crossing fingers, toes and elbows that my phone arrives before that time. If you watch my last vlog, you know that this is the only thing that I'm willing to eat at this hotel. It's called a beef lily. It's a beef sandwich with fries. Dinner done and dusted.
I remember Robbie's toes get cold at night.
Wow. Well, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Oh, it feels like yesterday.
We brought 70 people from Maputo to Nampula and it was a through flight, so 35 of them got off in Nampula, the other 35 stayed on and 5 more people joined us and we just dropped everybody off here in Nishinga, just waiting for fuel. Okay, then we're just waiting for the cleaner. How many people are there?
23. What is it?
I don't know, I want to try it now.
Is it cheese?
Thank you.
Nico.
Okay, I'll check now. Bon dia. There was no way for me to update you throughout the day because we were just very busy the whole time. As I told you, we did through flights. So from Maputo to Nampula, we had 70 passengers. 35 of them got off in Nampula. The other 35 stayed on, and 5 more joined us to go to Lishinga. And then once we got to Lishinga, everybody got off. And then from Lishinga coming back, we had, what was it, 23 passengers to Nampula. 6 of them got off, and we were left with 17. And then a few more people joined us, several more actually, because we ended up coming back here with 64 passengers. The flights were actually very chill. People were very jokey. They were nice. We had an unaccompanied minor on this last flight, and he was so nice, so cute. He didn't really speak much English, but he did understand the basics, and I understood his basic Portuguese. And so he had so much fun, like in the flight deck when we were disembarking back in Maputo, because it's not very often that kids here get to be in the flight deck, so why not? We were actually very ahead of schedule all day. We actually had to sit on the ground for about an hour with our passengers on board in Nampula before we could board the new set of passengers, because we were just so early. We had to wait for them to close the check-in, and we still landed early. So it is now 4 p.m. I am deadheading to Johannesburg tonight, but that flight only takes off at 5:35. 2 of my colleagues are going to be deadheading with me as well, but I think they're still at the hotel, probably on their way here now. So I'm just waiting outside, getting some fresh air, waiting for them to arrive so that we can all go through immigration together and jump onto the aircraft for the Joburg leg. Literally the last thing I expected to happen just happened. I got my boarding pass, I got to the boarding gate and everything. I tried to go into the lounge that I have access to here, but they really don't have a lot of food options. But anyway, I digress. Then, as I got to the boarding gate, crew scheduling called me. And I was like, oh no, what's going on? And they were like, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but we have to change your schedule. I'm supposed to be deadheading home right now, and then I'm supposed to do a double Durban tomorrow, like a 4-leg, a bit of a hectic day because the flights are so short and so busy. And so I was like, okay, but what do you need me to do now? And then she was like, oh, I actually need you to stay in Moz for one more night, because the other cabin crew is flying now and she needs to do the early morning Joburg tomorrow morning, and she's not going to be legal to do that if we calculate her flying times and stuff. And so instead we need you to do it. And so I'm like, wait, so what am I doing? And she's like, oh, you'll just fly the 1 leg to Joburg tomorrow morning and then you get off and you go home. And I was like, seriously? That's a win for me. I get another night in a hotel and I get to operate just 1 flight tomorrow and go home instead of 4. Sign me up. Anyway, before I can enjoy that too much, I need to request transport and get to my hotel. Hey guys, we're back in the hotel. I'm in a new room because I checked out of my room this morning because obviously I wasn't meant to be here tonight. First thing I did when I got back was I washed my uniform that I wore yesterday so that I could have clean uniform for tomorrow, because obviously I only packed enough uniform for the 2 days I was flying. As excited as I was to stay and not have to do the 4-leg, this is the price that comes with not having to fly the 4-leg, is that I now had to wash my shirt with body wash, and I'm gonna have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and iron it because I think I have to be up at 5 or downstairs at 5. I probably have to be downstairs at 5 for pickup because the Joburg flight is super early. But I'm so happy I don't have to operate 4 flights tomorrow. I only have to operate 1. It's 6 p.m. now, just after 6. I'm gonna quickly order some dinner because that's another thing I didn't think of. One thing I haven't tried on the menu here is the bacon carbonara pasta, so I think I'll try that tonight because I already had that beef sandwich last night and I don't feel like having that again. Dinner has arrived, guys. There's our bacon carbonara. It smells really good. And there's a very decent amount of parmesan on top, which I'm happy about. You guys, I ordered room service so much that the guy that came to drop off this pasta was like, oh, you're back. I know, yeah, I am. No, that's really good. This is way better than the other pasta they have on their menu. Oh, I should have taken a picture of it. 9 out of 10. Very good choice. Okay, so I made it back to Joburg. I have such a headache now. Yo. And the flight was okay. We had 43 passengers. It was okay. Everyone else was so nice. We had a deportee as one of our passengers. And then we also had this one lady that just, yo, goodness, guys, you do know that cabin crew don't wake up in the morning and just choose to pick on you, right? Like about small things. We don't just think, oh, you know what? I'm really jealous of that lady's hair, so I am now going to make her miserable throughout this entire flight. Like, we don't do that. We really are just trying to get through the day. We're just trying to do our job. But this one lady was making such a fuss out of having to remove her headphones for takeoff and landing. And I'm sorry, but those are the rules at my airline, my specific airline, and every airline I've ever worked for. We need our passengers to remove their earphones and headphones for takeoff and for landing. When we're in the air, you can put them back on, you can put your Netflix back on, and you can continue as you were. But for takeoff and landing, those earphones have to be off of your ear, like completely just move them off of your ears, you know? And if you don't like that rule, then I'm sorry, but fly private. And this lady was just like so argumentative about it. So when she was boarding, and that's something I do preemptively, is while I'm boarding, I'm asking the passengers that are wearing earphones to take them off until we're in the air. And then once we close the main cabin doors, we make an announcement that, okay, now the main passenger door is closed. Please remove earphones and headphones and place electronics in flight mode. And then because it was an overboarder flight, we had to spray the insecticide through the cabin before we close the overhead bins and before we get started with the safety demonstration. So while we're also doing that, I'm also walking through asking people to remove their earphones and headphones again, which, guys, remember, it's the third time I'm reminding you when I already said it at the door. So already, like, why am I repeating myself so many times? But also, I'm now making sure that earphones and headphones are off of your ears so that you can hear the safety demo. And then we get started with the safety demo. And then as I'm securing, I'm asking her again. No, my colleague asked her again while she was securing to remove her headphones, and she said okay. And then my other colleague who was deadheading with us asked her to remove her headphones, and he started to give her attitude. And then by the time I got there, she was just fully argumentative about it, and I was like, ma'am, we've made 3 announcements about it at this point. It's just for 5 minutes. It's just for the takeoff and just the landing. Like, we're not asking for a miracle here, you know? What's funny is the reason that she didn't want to wear her headphones. She literally said, I get a headache if I'm not wearing my headphones. Wearing your headphones stops your headache? What? So I was okay, I apologize for your headache, but that doesn't change the rules. You still have to take them off for takeoff and for landing. It's 5 minutes. You know, it's 5 minutes. Can we really, guys, seriously, can we really not survive 5 minutes without our headphones in our ears? Like, it's really not that deep. And also, if I was traveling with my boyfriend and he spoke to the cabin crew the way she was talking to me, that would be such an off-putting interaction for me. And this man just sat there and he like laughed with her, and I was like, yo, okay, that impresses you? The way she just spoke to, okay, whatever. Anyway, we landed safely. I'm grateful for that. I got through immigration, and as I turned my data back on, I got a notification from crew scheduling that I have another flight to do today. So I was so excited to get in my car and drive home right now and have the entire Sunday at home. And now that's not possible. Instead, now I am doing a Hoedspruit turn. I'm still going to be on a 900, a different 900, but a 900. Our departure time is 11:40, so sign-on is at about 10:40, an hour before that, or about, I think the crew will show up at about 10 a.m. So I have about an hour and a half to kill now before everybody else arrives. Our passenger figures don't look too bad. It looks like we have 23 going, so very light flight going, and then 51 coming back, which is also very manageable. So I am super grateful for that. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about having this extra work to do, because I'm at work. Obviously, I have to do my job while I'm here. I'm just tired. I am on my day 7 and I love my job. I love my job so much, but today it feels like my job doesn't love me back. I know this is what happens, right? This is why I share this kind of stuff with you guys. I don't want you to ever come into this career thinking that it's just glitz and glam and you walk through the airport and everything is so cool and so pretty and you get to be on a plane all day long. It is hard work. Like, my body is tired. I am on day 7 of flying straight. I have pretty much reached my capacity for personality at this point. Like, I just want to be left alone. I just want to be at home right now. I just want to be with my fiance and my dog, and I don't want to go outside. But no, I am at work. I have to smile. I have to do my job. I have to be friendly and professional. And there's days where it's just harder. There's days where it's just so much harder. A lot of juniors I meet, this is something that they would complain about. But at the end of the day, if you're on duty and you're legal to fly, you are at your airline's mercy. It is what it is. That is why I share this with you guys, because I don't want you to come in with rose-colored glasses. Sometimes you have difficult passengers and you have really, really long days, but you still have to be really, really nice to those difficult passengers. You know what I mean? Like, on any other day in your normal everyday life, that's not something you have to do, but unfortunately you're the face of an airline now, so you do have to do it. This is basically to say to everybody who's joining aviation and who's starting their cabin crew career, this job needs you to put on your big girl panties. Yes, it is inconvenient for me right now that I don't get to just go straight home and chill and do everything I planned to do that I was so excited to do. No, now I have to stay on and only finish at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon and get home at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when I thought I was getting home at 9 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to shut up now. This was not a TED Talk. This was not meant to be a TED Talk. Like I said, I just like to be fully transparent and realistic with you guys. As much as I love my job, and I know 90% of my vlogs are, I love this job, this is amazing, this was such a great day. Today is just not one of those days. This trip is just not one of those trips. I thought I'd be home last night. This is the less glamorous side of being a flight attendant. So anyway, to help me power through today, I got myself a flat white from Woolies while I was at the airport, because I didn't eat on the flight this morning, because I thought I would go home and have breakfast with Keegan, you know? So now, unless I want to fall over from being so hungry, I have to eat. So anyway, I got a flat white from Woolworths. I also got myself a little yogurt bowl with muesli and berries, and I got a sesame chicken wrap, sesame and tahini mayo, cabbage, carrot, spinach, broccoli, spring onion and peppers, which should be really, really good, I hope. I'm trying to eat healthier. My hotel room, I didn't even tell you guys, my hotel room had a bathroom scale in it, and I decided to make the mistake of weighing myself this morning. Not the best idea. I'm going to sit in my car, turn the aircon on, because from the sweat you can see on my face, it is kind of boiling hot. So I'm going to decompress a little bit, gather myself towards myself so that I can be a relatively pleasant person to work with for the rest of the day. Have my coffee. I'll probably save my wrap to eat on this first flight because I'm not super hungry right now. I'm going to do that, and then I'll catch up with you guys when we get back on the plane, I guess, because the trip is not over, so therefore the vlog is not over. Basically, I just had a little breakfast date with Keegan. I like woke him up because he's just chilling. It's a Sunday, you know, nice easy morning for him, and he's so cute. He just made me feel so much better. And of course he distracts me by telling me like, oh, I'm just browsing to see what advent calendars are available, like Nivea has one, Maybelline has one, and of course that gets a smile on my face every time. He's gonna go to the mall soon and he'll check if the Body Shop has the 2024 advent calendar yet, because if it does, you guys know where I'm going. Anyway, it is 9:30 now. I'm heading inside. I need to touch up the makeup. Yo, guys, there was no time to do anything in that flight. The flight itself was 35 minutes long, and we had exactly 11 minutes to do the service in that time. 11 minutes. Luckily, we only had 24 passengers, but I'm super worried because the next one we're gonna have 53. So, yeah, I need all the luck, I need all the prayers. I have never wished to be an octopus more in my life. Also, it is boiling hot. It is so hot. Crazy. I think the cleaners are almost done. I can't hide in the loofah, but I gotta go. Saf and Unplanned, guys. Yeah, I've never worked so hard and fast in my life. And the poor junior was like, I was like, we're just gonna do this, and she was like, okay. And she kept up as well. So that was super impressive. My pilots were great, but those flights, wow, they were so quick. We came back with 54 passengers And I actually counted every time the pilots released us to start service, and then when they turned the seatbelt signs on again for descent. And on the first leg we had 11 minutes, and on the flight coming back we had 13 minutes to serve 54 passengers. So that was just insane. But you know what, we got it done. The flights were just so busy and so short. Anyway.
You give me a sign. Give me a sign. Ah, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one